this is the Elddis Odyssey 484. Just going to take you around the van and show you how it operates. In front of the van you've got jockey wheel, hitch and handbrake. We'll demonstrate these to you in person here on site. In the front locker you have the leg winder, as you can see there in the front locker. You have two gas bottle tie downs on the bulkhead of the Caravan. And up on the bulkhead as well, you also have your gas regulator. Should you need the gas pipe work from the regulator to the bottle, we do have that available here on site. Coming down the side of the Caravan, you've got your heating and hot water flow. Very simple to remove. You pull the cover off the side of the van and pop it back on when you're done. However, when you're igniting anything on gas inside the Caravan, you do need to make sure this cover is removed. At the bottom, you've got your wind down legs on the inside of the front. They are just there for stabilising the Caravan rather than lifting the Caravan. Next up, you've got your water pump connection, which pushes into the side of the van here. And you've got the two tabs, one at the top here and one at the bottom to lock it in place. You've got the pump housing to release it outside of the Caravan. And then you've got your pickup pipe that drops down inside the act roll. The pickup pipe, or the pump itself, actually needs to be fully submerged in water prior to turning the pump on. If it is not fully submerged in water, it can cause an airlock in the water system. So like I said, make sure this barrel is completely full and make sure it is completely at the bottom of the barrel prior to turning that pump on. Coming down the side of the van, you've got your motor mover and wheel nuts. We'll talk the wheel nuts to the correct setting prior to the Caravan leaving the site, and we'll also demonstrate the motor mover to you in person, because as you'll notice, around the other side of the van we put a battery on just to demonstrate everything is working. This will obviously be coming on before the Caravan leaves site. You've then got your two fridge vents up above. The two fridge vents are very simply there to allow the hot air at the back of the fridge unit and take some cool air in. You've then got the cover on the top right hand side for the gas flue for when you're running the fridge on gas. Back of the van, you've got your underbed storage to the back of the Caravan, and the underbed storage there is just simply there to access that storage facility at the back of the van. Rear of the Caravan, you've got your two wind down legs to stabilise the van. In the centre of the Caravan here, you'll find your grey waste pipes. Grey waste pipes are very simply there to allow the waste water out the back of the Caravan. You'll have your two grey pipes going to them larger diameter holes that you see, and they'll drop down inside the waste tank. Coming down the side of the Caravan, you've then got your toilet flush tank. You'll open this up and you've got 3.5 litres of water in here prior to flushing the toilet or using the toilet system. So that's 3.5 litres of water and a cap full of the pink fluid. In the bottom, you'll find the toilet waste cassette. You'll release it with the yellow handle. The neck here will turn out 90 degrees to tip the waste away. The yellow cap is a measure for your pink and your blue fluid. And on the back of the cassette, you've got a yellow pressure relief button, so when you're tipping the waste away, it doesn't spit and sprat it back at you. Put 1 litre of water in there and a cap full of the blue fluid. Coming down to the front of the van, you've got your battery locker, your mains power lead going to the front of the van. The mains power lead is very simply connected to the power on site, and then you've got your battery connections on top of the battery. You've got your awning warmer, which allows the hot air out into the awning, and your barbecue gas point on the front left hand side of the van. Coming on to the inside of the Caravan now. On the right hand side, as you walk into the van, you've got your main power switch for the Caravan, so just here on the left hand side. Maybe can't quite see it with the light there. Master power switch, power on and off. Got your voltmeter in the middle here for your 12 volt battery on board the Caravan. And in the centre, you've got your water pump run, which I'll come back to in a moment. Before you fill the water system up, you're going to need to come over to every tap on board the Caravan and open them all up on the hot side of the water system. Once all of these taps are open on the hot side of the water system, you can then come below the seat on the front right hand side of the Caravan and make sure your yellow valve, drain valve, is in the correct position. So that yellow valve that you see just here is the drain down valve for the water system. That yellow valve is parallel with the floor before you fill the water system up, and it is upright towards the bottom of the seat to drain the water system down when you are done with using your Caravan for the holiday. So once that yellow valve is flat with the floor, as it is now, we can come over to the water pump switch just inside of the door here and turn the water pump switch on. So when you come into the Caravan, you turn on the water pump switch, as I was saying before, and then once you've got the water pump switch on, the water will start running continuously out of every tap on board the Caravan. So as you can see, to start with, it takes a few seconds to build pressure. Once it's built pressure, the water will start running. Now when you initially fill the water system up, when it's been completely drained, it will take 5 to 10 minutes or so to get the air out of the system that's been in there from where the pipe work's been obviously drained down. However, once you've got water running continuously, you shut all the taps back off. Now this is every tap on board the Caravan you have to do this with. So that includes the shower as well. So you've got water going the whole way through the system. The cold side isn't so bad. You don't need to worry about the cold side so much, but obviously because there's a hot water tank involved, you do need to make sure all the air is out of that system, because if not, it will just warm up the air that's inside the tank, and it could potentially burn out the element for the hot water system on the tank itself. So talking about warming the water, we have two ways of doing this. You'll see on the wall as you come into the Caravan, I'm just going to shut this door over so you can actually see what I'm talking about on the screen. So on this control panel at the bottom here, you'll see it says Ultra Store. So the switch on the right is for the gas, and I'll come back to this in a moment. However, your electric water heating, flick the switch on and the water system will start warming up. So that is how your water system warms up on electric. On the right hand side, you have the option to run gas. Now to run the gas, you simply spin the dial around to the flame symbol. You can just about see a smidgen of green there just on that corner. And essentially the green light is saying it's igniting. Or it is ignited. Like I said, you would need to remove that cover on the outside, which isn't at the moment, but there's also no gas on the van. And in a moment, hopefully, if the light allows us to, we're going to see a red light appearing there. I think maybe you can just about see the glow in the video there. If you can't, I do apologise, but it's so bright today that it's hard to see in the picture here. But have a go with this when you're on site, so you know it does come up with a red light behind there when it fails. The water temperature on gas, you can actually control the temperature between 30 and 70 degrees. It is a preset temperature on the electric. If you want to boost the water system for showering on board the van, you turn up the temperature on here all the way up to 70, and then you control it with the mixed taps, but it will boost and warm the water up a lot quicker on the gas supply. Above that, and I'm certainly not going to leave this on for long today, the heating for the Caravan. Now the switch you see here isn't a gas control like the one at the bottom. This is actually your electric control for the heating itself on board the Caravan that comes out the heater just down here. Before this switch will work, you need to turn on the power switch on the left hand side here. Then you can control the temperature, the amount of power coming to the Caravan between 500, 1000 and 2000 watts. Like I said, it does depend on what power supply you have available from the site you're on to what you set this to. Here on site we can run a maximum of 500 watts, and if we control the temperature on the centre here between 1 and 9, the number that is above the green light, that again you're going to have to trust me is there, is the number the heating will warm up to. To turn the heater back off, you spin it back to the off position in the centre here. You can also run gas heating for the Caravan. Now to do this, on top of the heater itself, you'll see that you've got a control on the right hand side here. You can spin the dial around between 10 and 9, hold down the gas valve when the gas is turned on, and if it ignites on gas, you'll have a pilot light in this window down the front of the heater here. Once it has ignited, you'll continue to hold down the gas valve for a further 5 to 10 seconds and slowly release the gas valve, control the temperature of the heater on the dial on top. To turn the heating back off of gas, you spin it back to the off position on the left hand side here. Now on this Caravan, you'll also notice it's got blown air heating. So the dot in the centre indicates the heat's going to come out the front of the heater, so it will work a bit like a radiator at home in that sense. However, you've got two other options. You've got continuous blown air, and you've got a fan speed control for that on top. And then you've got the A on the right hand side, which is automatic blown air, which will essentially allow the thermostat to cut in and out on board the van with the blown air heating. The blown air heating will come out the vents around the Caravan. So these two little white vents you see down the bottom here, and there's some more dotted around the Caravan. It will actually allow the heat to come out of them vents. But we do advise when you're using the blown air heating to allow the heating to warm up for 20 minutes to half an hour before you turn on the blown air heating. So it's just coming out the front of the heater. Because if you put cold air straight across the top of the heating element, obviously it's going to cool it straight down. So that is your heating and hot water systems. Hob, grill and oven all work very much like your household appliances as long as the gas bottle's turned on. The microwave, sorry, there is no microwave in this particular van, sorry. You've got a telly cupboard above there. You've then got the fridge. So the fridge is very simple to use. You've got an off position for the fridge at the top here on the left hand side. You've got two 30-volt mains, which is basically a 240 supply coming into the Caravan, and you've got a temperature control for this on the right-hand side at the top of the heater, the fridge, sorry. You've then got your 12 volt mode. Now most people think that the 12 volt mode is a 12 volt supply that comes from the Caravan from the Caravan battery itself. It does not. It is the 12 volt supply for when you're towing your Caravan behind the car. So if you have the correct connections on your car, the fridge will work as a cool box. We do advise though, if you're going to use the fridge as a cool box, that you put some ice blocks in there to chill the temperature down even quicker. The last option is then gas. Now to get the fridge to ignite on gas, you put it to the gas option at the bottom. You press in the temperature control and hit the igniter at the same time. Now when the fridge has ignited on gas, in the back of the fridge itself, right down at the bottom here in the back corner, you'll see a pilot light window. And again, very similar to the heater, once you see a pilot light there, you'll need to continue to hold in the temperature valve, then release it. We do advise you have it on the high setting when you do this, so it allows the most amount of gas to flow through. Now on a very hot day like today, as I've said on the outside, then vents allow the hot air to come out the back of the fridge unit. The fridge will not cool down to the same temperature as a household fridge, just due to the fact it can't get enough cool air around it to cool the elements as quickly. So yes, it will be a fridge, however it may not be as cold as a household fridge on its coldest setting on a very hot day. Coming into the bathroom now, very simple to use toilet system. You've got a pump flush on top of the toilet, you pump it up and down to flush the toilet. You've got a toilet full indicator light that illuminates red when the toilet waste cassette is completely full. The toilet seat itself turns for your convenience, as you can see here. However, when you're removing the toilet waste cassette from the side of the Caravan, you do need to make sure this toilet seat is in the straight on position. Down below the toilet, you'll also see you've got a grey waste handle just here. The grey waste handle needs to be pulled into the open position to allow the waste into the cassette. You can have it in the closed position to stop the waste going into the cassette, and also you'll need it in that closed position when you remove the toilet waste cassette also. So this is the Elddis Odyssey 484. If you have any further questions on the Caravan, please don't hesitate to give us a call here at the Caravan Company, and we'll be more than happy to help. We appreciate your business and we look forward to seeing you here on site soon. Thank you again. Bye bye.